Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the battle? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef, I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yeah.
BVO, R&B, AK, 330, CLE. Step inside the ring. Step inside the ring. Step inside the ring. Stepping it. Stepping it. Walking it. 10 toes pressed against the mat like I got lead feet. R&B on BVO. I'ma keep it G. You gotta know you facing the truth if you in a battle with me. I hop in the box and get off a punch. It feel like concrete. I'm straight off the bricks. It's no wonder we hitting like Manny P. I'm talking hit after hit after hit that I put on their knees. I ain't gotta talk about using no blick, I put the gun down and use these. It's ironic I'm waking them up, but still a hand out some Z's. Ayy, Z's, ayy, Z's. BVO, turn it right up, we been divided with ease. That's with a capital V. Shout out to Act the 3, I'm finna shoot to the V. And I got my gloves with me. Shout out to AMG Mercedes, I did that GLE. Shout out to CLE, ooh baby, that's in my veins when I bleed. We exceeding the million subscribers, nigga, just wait and see. Yeah, just wait and see. Nigga, just wait and see. If you try me, you can get beat, but I ain't 808 keys. Hard-headed, heavyweight, or been eating my greens. Dark past, bright fate, you know I've been through the ringer. I train hard, why they hate? Goku to Vegeta. You elite, but we ahead, that means we a leader. We'll tap you on your head, but we don't need a heater. Finna hack an algorithm till you too delete it. Then we'll pack out a couple of winners, tell them all be seated.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, man. Getting ready to get started, man. It's the Roll with the Punches podcast. My brother D Freeze running a little bit behind, but today we got a big subject, y'all. Big subject. So we talking about the state of boxing. This is an overall conversation about boxing. We all excited about. We got some upcoming fights. We know King Teo about to get in the ring and fight. Salute to my man Dub. We know King Teo about to get in the ring and fight Jermaine Ortiz in a tough fight. So we got a lot of stuff going on, but the main thing that I want to speak about today I gotta speak about this. I haven't spoke about this. Is it seems like there are two fighters left of a dying breed, and you say, "Yo, BVO, why you say two? There's only two fighters left of a dying breed." And who are those two fighters? I'll tell you who those two fighters are. The first one would be Devin the American Dream Haney, and of course, the second one would be my people wouldn't know this, but a young kid named Teofimo Lopez. And the reason I say that is because when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, this young kid, man, has shown you that he's willing to be great. Same thing with Devin Haney. Salute to my brother D Free in the chat. Let me drop the thing so my brother can get up here. Um, you say, oh, he's up here. Um, Free, what's going on? The Puerto Rican princess in the house. What's up, man?
What's good?
Hey, so I want to start this important conversation about are we seeing the two last of a dying breed? And the reason I say that when I look at Devin the American Dream Haney and I look at Teofimo Lopez, I really can say as a whole, I don't see a lot of fighters moving the way they move. Would you agree with that?
It depends on how you talking about them moving. Um,
Well,
Devin Haney,
go ahead.
Devin Haney, I would say, no, there's not a lot of people doing what Devin Haney is doing. Um, but then again, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. These guys could be making, trying to make moves or whatever. They just not coming out talking about it. They're not telling everybody who they want to fight and stuff like that. So I can't say for sure. You can look at it and say from the looks of it, it looks like Devin Haney is moving a certain way that most fighters are not moving.
The reason I would say I would include Tio in that is only because early on you did hear there was an interview that Tank did and they said the whole 135 ain't fighting the top guy. So don't blame me for not fighting the top guys. My mistake. I do what he said. I'm not the only one not fighting the top guys. Only person that fought the top guy was Tio. So that's why I bring up Teal. We know about his illustrious career so far, how he's been able to be truly dominant, fight number one guy in two straight divisions back to back. But I just think when I see Devin Haney, even though Regis Prograde was considered, somewhat of a soft touch, I gotta give him credit because nobody was looking to get in there with Regis. But I'll ask you this: overall, do you see how like we're getting a lot of? I would say the sport is starting to decay a little bit because we getting guys who really are not tasting greatness. Do you think that hurts the sport overall, or that's just me being a little bit hyperbolic? What you think?
Um, it, it um it depends on what you're talking about greatness. Now, if you're talking about fighting the best fighters,
Hmm.
um, some guys are not fighting the best fighters. Now, if you're talking about chasing the belts, I wouldn't say that because most of these guys are chasing the belts.
Hmm.
Now you can chase the belts and still not fight the best fighters. So I would. It all depends on what you consider chasing greatness. If you consider being the champion and holding all of the major belts as greatness, then that's you can look at it that way. Or if you're talking about fighting all the best competition, that's chasing greatness. You can look at it that way. So it all depends on what you consider greatness. Because, like I said, you can fight the champions and they not be the best guys. They might not be the best opponents because we all know that certain fighters get put in certain situations to become a champion where other fighters don't. We also know that sometimes you can fight somebody who is not considered one of the best fighters and you can fight him for a vacant belt. So you still fought him to get that vacant belt, but that wasn't the best opponent. So it all depends.
I would agree with that. Salute to my man Dubs and Benavidez moving nice as well. Bam Rodriguez is cut from that cloth. I would agree with those. I will say this, man. I will say this. I feel like when it comes to David Benavidez, um, the kid has been terrific in how he's moved. I will agree with that. I want to see the David Morrell fight because when you're talking about fighting a living legend like Canelo, I don't want him to get in there and not be ready for what Canelo throws at him. And I think a lot of people want to underestimate the fighter Canelo is. I mean, he's pound for pound top three in most people's eyes. I don't know if my co-host would agree with me on that, but he's pound for pound, top three. And I think when you think about Canelo in general, he's kind of done some of those things. Has he been perfect in the movement? But no. But you know what's funny? There's really nobody who's been perfect other than Muhammad, who has been, you know what, if you the baddest dude, I'm gonna come knock your head off. It really hasn't been that way. But what I'm seeing, Free, and I ask you, I want you to speak to this. So to my brother Dub, the light skinned lover in the house. I I would ask you to speak to why are we seeing such a decay in guys really not wanting to be the best, not wanting to challenge themselves. It's kind of like almost becoming sickening to an extent. What do you think, brother?
I mean, because you got to look at it. Majority of these guys, majority of these guys look at the sport of boxing as the drug dealers look at the street game. They're trying to find the easiest way to get the biggest bag without having to do work. So if I can go fight this guy and get a big bag without having to work so hard, I'm gonna go fight that guy. So some of these guys look at it as a street hustle. They look at if you look at the street hustle, most guys get into the street game because they don't want to work a 9 to 5. They can go out here and sell some drugs and get a quick dollar, get a big bag real quick. Where you when you work in a 9 to 5, unless you in the top level of your corporation, you got to work hard to get that bag. So that's how some of these guys in the sport of boxing, I'm not gonna say all, some of them, that's how they move. They move to try to get the quick bag, the quick easy bag, instead of going here and fighting the tough competition.
Hey, I'll ask you that same question, Dub. You know, my man Dub is showing some love to the Road to Punch podcast. What do you think about these guys seeming to want to take the path of least resistance when it comes to being great? What's your opinion on that, brother?
Well, the thing is, first thing, man, shout out to BVO, man. Shout out to my brother D Free. Much love to both of y'all. My brother BVO, my brother as well. I don't want it to get twisted or misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? So, um, the thing is this: back in the day when there was only one or two belts, there was no trying to be great without go and finding the path of least resistance. Now, because there's so many belts, somebody got some
Yeah,
feedback, but
yeah, you got some
because
feedback.
there's so many belts now, you can kind of strategically move your way through. You know what I'm saying, and become a champion, going the least path of resistance. Um, but then that's when I look at the question that you asked from the beginning when you talk about To, when you talk about Devin, how I brought up Benavidez and Bam Rodriguez. I think they all cut from the same cloth.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? These are guys what we would consider old heads or old school fighters. You know what I'm saying? Throwback fighters. Those
Hmm.
dudes who are looking to fight the best competition regardless. And
Right.
so I think there's a mentality there that everybody doesn't have anymore because once they become champion, then instead of looking to, I listened to Roy Jones one day and he said, "Shit, I ain't care what belt it was. It could have been what is it, the NBAF or whatever that title is.
Hmm.
I want as long as I'm in the weight class, I want to collect all of them. I want all of them. And when you had that mindset, that's how you end up having to fight the best. Same thing with these fighters from yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? Only two belts out there. Shit, you ain't got no choice but to fight the best to get the way you want to be. And so I think because there are so many titles now, it has watered the sport down. And I think that's why these guys move the way that they move now.
And to kind of look at it, almost from a bird's eye view, I'll say this. I usually get on my co-host about this because if you don't know this, man, everybody knows this that D Free is Mr. Wait and See himself. One thing I one thing I gotta speak about my brother Free, he's not gonna get excited about a fight. I remember when we was the build up to the Errol and Terrence Crawford fight. I'm excited. I'm through the roof. I'll never forget my brother D Free said, you know what? I believe when they on the scale. I mean, you I don't know how my brother Free got like that. I mean, the brother said, I believe when they get on the scale. And then when they got on the scale, my man said, you know what? I believe when they get in the ring. And then when they got in the ring and we seen Errol get pummeled, it was almost one of those things where I give Arrow a lot of credit for at least trying to beat him because we know for a fact it's not going to be easy for the Mexican style to beat no slick black fighter. But I'll say this: when I look at boxing overall, we got the Abdul Waheeds, who's a cash cow, but really at 29 years old, towards the middle of his career, almost the end of his career, he still ain't fought nobody. And I'll ask you this, Free, from, your cousin to me had Hall of Fame talent. When you see a guy with Hall of Fame talent wasted, does that kill the sport? Or what do you think? Am I just being too, like, I guess, too hyperbolic in the fact of thinking, like, these guys don't know that they're killing the sport that we love? Is that just me thinking that, Free? Freak, you hear me? Oh, you
My
on
bad.
mute. Oh, you on
Hold
mute.
up. Yeah, you can say he wasted his talent,
No, I
but
wouldn't
I
say he
mean he
wasted. No,
just
what I'm saying
transferred
is,
over right now to being a trainer. I wouldn't say he wasted his talent
no,
because
that's not what I
he was
said.
one of those ones, like you said. He only wanted to fight the best. He didn't want to fight no run of the mill fighters. He said, if you can't give me these unification or give me these top fighters, I'm only fighting my mandatory. I'm not fighting nobody else. I'm not fighting none of these other fighters. He only wanted to unify and fight the top competition. He didn't want to fight the run of the mill fighters.
And I asked you this too, though, the same thing. I mean, it's just, you know what, when you talk about the fights, it's like I don't know if you guys keep up with the Rise podcast. I've been watching them a little bit. And to hear Kevin Ford, excuse me, I can't remember the brother's other name, the other guy, they both are saying two different things. And I'm just wondering, at the end of the day,
Coach Kenny
Coach
Ellis.
Kenny, yeah, Coach Kenny. I just don't understand, like, what are Calvin and Kenny doing? Are they trying to ruin uh Abdul's career, or are they just doing what, I guess, what feels good? Because I'm telling you, I don't think these guys understand. This guy Tank is not a Hall of Famer, and if he doesn't get to work, there's a huge chance that he won't make the Hall of Fame. What do you think about that, Doug?
Well, the first thing is I would say, yeah, I
Um,
don't think Kenny Ellis or
well, you got to understand,
can y'all
Coach
hear me?
Kyle. Oh yeah, we can now. You couldn't hear you at first.
Oh my bad. I was just gonna say, Coach Kenny, Coach Cal, I don't think they have a say. I done heard Coach Cal say that it comes down to what Abdul want to do, and so I don't think they have a say, especially with Abdul now being the head of his promotional company in control of his career, according to his words. I don't really give a damn what they say. I want to see what Abdul does and how he moves because, according to him, he the one in control. So if he's in control, I don't. I really can't. They can say what they want to, but if that young brother go a different way, and which I would expect them to, if he's saying what he's saying, then they're gonna look. I ain't gonna say they look bad. I'm just gonna say that clearly them and they fighter wasn't on the same wavelength. But if whatever they're talking about comes to fruition, then we got to be critical of Tank at that point. So it's they setting themselves up for criticism regardless.
Yeah, I mean the piggyback off of what the right side said. Yeah, Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, they they don't sit in the daggone negotiation room. They don't pick out the fighters. Now they can suggest who Tank should fight, but Tank is the one that ultimately makes the fight. And before Tank was ultimately making the fights, it was Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd. So though they are just trainers. They don't have a say in who Tank Davis fight. And Derek James will tell you that too. Unless you are a manager or you're a promoter for that fighter, Derek James said, he said, I don't have a say. All I do, they tell me who he's fighting. I train him for that fight. I don't have a say. Most trainers don't have a say in who the fighters are going to fight. They can suggest who they want their fighters to fight, but most trainers don't have a say in who the fighters are going to fight.
I think about one of my favorite fighters that Devin Haney reminds me of, and sometimes I joke and say he's a lot like Paulie Malignaggi. When I say that, I only mean that I thought Paulie was very, very skilled, and I think Devin's the same way. But in a way, I tell you what, I think Devin Haney is going to experience. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. He's going to have the same issue that Bernard Hopkins had, where he's probably the best talent-wise, but his style may not be the most appealing. Don't get me wrong, he looked terrific versus a good sturdy journeyman and Regis Prograde, but I mean I'm just wondering, can
He
he?
made Regis a journeyman. He made Regis a journeyman.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm no listen. I'm not trying to cut the brother down. I'm just more or less saying I feel like he's in that same spot Bernard was in, and you tell me if I'm wrong in that, to where he might be one of the best, but he doesn't seem to get the credit because he's not a knockout artist. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to be like Bernard and never really get that full, embrace that Bernard never got the full embracement that a Roy Jones got. So I'm just wondering if that is that going to be the case for Devin. What do you guys think?
No, I don't think that's going to be the case for Devin
Okay.
because if you look at Devin, um, ever since he took on Cambosis and became the undisputed champion, Devin is being talked about a lot more now. Prior to that, he wasn't being talked as much. He wasn't being talked about as much. But since he beat Cambosis, he's been talked about a lot more. So his career is trajectorying up. So I don't think that he's going to be um, like the whole situation like Bernard. And I don't even think Bernard was like that because Bernard got a lot of praise from the fans. Bernard wasn't no big pay-per-view star, but you don't have to be a big pay-per-view star to be a star. You don't have to be a pay-per-view star to be loved by the fans. It all depends on what the fans want to see. If the fans want to see you, they're gonna watch you. You don't have to be on pay-per-view. They prefer you not on pay-per-view. They can watch you even more than having to go out and pay extra money to see you.
Go ahead, Dale. I'll let you comment on that as well. What you think, man? Is he gonna
I
be?
mean,
Go ahead.
the thing is, like you say, B Hop's style was one of the reasons people didn't want to fight him. At the same time, B Hop ended up in some great fights. You know what I'm saying? Fighting some great fighters. And so I don't think Devin's career is gonna go the way B Hop's did. Um, Devin is younger, you know what I'm saying? Devin, he's gonna make the bigger fights happen now. Before when Bernard Hopkins was 25, correct? I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to speak on it.
Yeah, he was
But
in camp.
yeah. That's why I said I don't even want to speak on that. But
Yeah,
I ain't trying to denigrate the man. I'm just saying that I think because Devin's career is happening faster and earlier than what B Hops did, and he's gonna get those opportunities. At the end of the day, the thing is that in my opinion, once again, this is a personal opinion. In my opinion, I think, like you just said, Tank, he's not a solidified Hall of Famer yet. Not quite sure on that. I think it's 35, 65, 35 him being a Hall of Famer, 65 him not being a Hall of Famer. Whereas with Devin right now, I think it's the exact opposite. I think it's 65% he is a Hall of Famer, and 35 that he's not a Hall of Famer at this current moment if he retires today. When you're moving the way that he's moving, though, I'm sure there are going to be other great fights that we're going to get from him, and so I don't think his career is going to. At the end of the day, the name of the game is winning, and as long as you keep winning, you're gonna find support some way or other. Look at Andre Ward, look at Bud Crawford, look at the different fighters who found success by winning, and so as long as you keep winning, man, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. But no, I don't see Devin's career moving the same way Bernard Hopkins did. I don't see it.
Salute to my brother A1 on the panel. Salute to my man DS.
Shout out to A1, man. Shout out to A1.
Hey, and I told A1 this before I go to our next subject, that boy Anthony Edwards is a new Jordan. I just seen him yesterday flying like Jordan, so
Hey,
I got his jersey on the way.
he from Georgia now. Y'all just remember where he's from now. Y'all just remember where he's from.
I got his jersey on the way. But
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, he nice.
you
said what?
Man, well, you crazy. Stop. Don't bring that this way, man. Don't bring that this way. A1. I don't want no smoke. See, look, that's why the basketball guys done made you and put you in robot mode. We can't even hear you. Yeah, they done cut your mic off. That's what they done did to you.
But I'll say this: when I look at
Shit.
boxing, when I look at boxing, man, I think the most disappointing thing I'm seeing is, and I could be wrong in this. I feel now I used to be really mad when people say this, but I see how Floyd. Hold on, I think A1 you having some issues with your mic, man.
Hey,
But
one, bro. I told you the basketball guys cut your mic off. Come back and come back, brother. Come back. Go out and come back in. Your mic messed up. Go ahead, BBO. My apologies.
what I'm saying is, I used to get mad when people said this because I thought it wasn't genuine. And you can tell me if I'm wrong on this, Free and Dub. But I feel like now I understand what people say when they say Floyd destroyed boxing, because I think people forget about all the work Pretty Boy put in when he wasn't getting the love, when he wasn't, when he went all the way to Atlantic City, to fight Arturo Gotti, when he was trying to fight Chico Corrales. I feel like now, because Floyd, and this is the thing about Floyd to me, he was very angry about how he got treated. And I feel like that anger and vitriol made him Money Mayweather, where he was the villain with the goatee, bald head. He was a great villain. And I'm telling you, man, I think the man destroyed boxing. What do you guys think about that?
If I would ask first,
Wait. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we move to that next topic, I wanted to chime in on that Dev versus B Hop comparison of the careers.
Oh, go ahead.
So I gotta agree with what Dub said and what D Free said. I think Dev got a better opportunity at doing more with his career and having a much better career because he put himself in position to control like pretty much who he fights and what weight class he fights. I don't know if B Hop fought, and was it 3 different weight classes or maybe 4? Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Dev got the opportunity and the skill set to be able to go from 135 to 154. And he's in a position, and the way his whole setup is, he can literally pursue any, like he's almost like a promotional free agent to some degree, where he can pursue any fight dang near on any network just based off of how he's moved in the past and the way he wants to move into. He has more control. B Hop didn't have control. I mean, obviously we all knew his fighting style was just weird. Like, nobody wouldn't hit nobody that's gonna hit and hold the entire time and barely fight you. I mean, he had a stage in his career where he was throwing hands, but for the most part, it was just hit, headbutt, and hold. At least with Dev, like Dev would just box somebody.
Hey, there's the 3 H's: hit, head, buddy, hole. I ain't never heard that one. Shout out to A1. Go ahead, my bad.
So like that's just my perspective. I feel that Dev definitely has more upside career wise. Even as a fighter, I feel like he's a better fighter as well, man. That's just, again, my opinion. I stopped offering boxing opinions, but that one was just one that I thought was intriguing because I ain't really had nobody have that kind of comparison between the two. You know what I mean? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, and the reason I bring it up is because and this is for me, it kind of hurt my heart to see, to hear every time he get a chance, you hear B Hop destroying Devin. And believe me, most of us hate Bill Haney. I get it. Bill Haney's a terrible guy. We know about the stuff he's done, but the
No,
thing
he's not a terrible. No. We're not. No, he's not a terrible guy.
Speak for yourself, brother.
Hold on, real quick. Ain't no.
Let me take this.
Hold on, real quick. Ain't no way I could tell anybody who's as great of a father. I'm a dad. I know A1 is. I know you is, BVO, D Free. So anybody who is a great father, I can't say that you're just a horrible human being. I can't say that. I can't say that.
No, listen. This is what I'm saying. When I say what I say,
No, those were the words. Change it. Just change. Just say. Let me rephrase my comment and change your words, because when you say he a horrible human being, that's.
I guess that could be taken a different way. I get what you're saying. Well, I'll say this.
Jeffrey Epstein was a horrible human. Horrible. I mean, let's keep this in perspective.
I got you. But the thing is, I feel like every time they ask B Hop about Devin, he just, I hate to say it, but it seems like he pulls his pants down and takes a dump on him every time. And I think for a guy who was similar to Devin, who was boring, and more of a methodical fighter. And I feel like Devin does this as well, using his mind. And I feel like B Hop, people forget B Hop was using that brain in there. It wasn't just about skill. It was about will and determination.
But
And
how
that's
is that boring? How is that
oh,
boring?
let me finish. Let me finish. I'm walking us through this
Well,
game.
I be having to stop you because you will say that they boring, but then you come out and say, well, they using their mind, they using their skill, they show. You can't be boring. You can't have like you. All right, go ahead, BVO. But
Listen,
you
listen,
can't have it both
this
ways.
is
Though.
what
You
I'm
can't
saying.
have it both ways.
This is the thing I'm saying. So they're not doing traditional boxing, whereas you stand in the ring like a man and you see who drops. They're not doing that kind of boxing. We get that. So it's not exciting. But what I'm saying is this. The thing about these guys, they're smart, but I think the funny thing about it, Devin, is I just don't understand. I feel like B Hop was in that same predicament where he wasn't a big ticket seller. He wasn't selling out like that. He wasn't the cash cow. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like Devin might, like you guys said, he's a better version of that, but it's very, very similar. I've seen Devin before,
He
and I've seen
ain't
a
no,
lot.
he ain't no
Go ahead.
version of that. He ain't
Go
no
ahead.
version of that.
What do you mean?
No, Devin is no version of that at all. Devin is Devin. I mean, B Hop is not in the same situation that Devin was in. B Hop was in the situation that he was in because he came into the game late. He came into the game. I think he was like what, 26, 20, between 26 and 28. Devin been fighting since he was 16. He got a chance to grow, and the fans got to know him because of the whole situation between him and Tank Davis. So B Hop never had a rival coming up. When he was coming up, he didn't have a rival. So that's the reason why B Hop wasn't as known as the other fighters around his weight class, because he didn't have a rival. B Hop was just being B Hop. He was just going out there fighting everybody there was to fight. Devin Haney, he has a rival when it came to Tank Davis and it come to Shakur Stevenson now and Tio. Devin has a rival. So people are different fan bases are getting to know Devin Haney because of the rivalry that he has with these guys.
Mhm. And I get what you're saying. I guess, and to move the conversation along, I get what you guys are saying. I'm just saying when it comes to, you know, them, they just don't have the exciting knockout, real boxing style, the Mexican style that we all love. They don't have that. But
We don't all love that though. All right, so let me and this is why I gotta stop you because when you say Rock'em Sock'em Robots is cool, that's cool. But what I watching the sport of boxing, what you come to realize is that a lot of times, the majority of times, Rock'em Sock'em Robots don't make you great. What ends up making you great is understanding how to utilize the mind, the footwork, the other skill set to beat that Rock'em Sock'em dude. You know what I'm saying?
this
That's
is the
what
thing.
makes you great because
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying
let me
that.
finish. Let
Hey,
me
you
leave.
interrupt me every 2 seconds, man. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. What do you think? Go ahead, cook, man. Cook.
No. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, cook,
You
man.
right.
Cook.
You right. No. You right. You right. Go ahead. This your
Cook.
show. This my bad.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm out
like
of
this,
order.
BBO.
I'm out of order.
BBO, when it comes to boxing,
Right.
is hit and don't get hit. That's boxing.
Who told you
When
that,
you
Free?
no, I've been
Free,
in
we done had
boxing.
this conversation a million times.
I've been following boxing, and I've been training as an amateur boxer. No trainer trains you to get hit. They train you to hit and not get hit. That's why you get judged on your defense. You get judged on effective punches. They don't judge you on how well you can take a shot. They don't judge you on that.
That's not true, man. That's not true.
Name one judge that
That
judge you on how well you can take a shot.
Listen, no, I'm not. No, not the judge, because I know how you get. No, not the judge. There is a it just slipped my mind, but there was a boxer who knew he was going to go down, and he was practicing rolling around in the ring, moving around, and then getting right up, so he
No,
can have
just
his band.
because he was practicing that doesn't mean that's what they train. No, you show me a trainer that find a trainer
Then
that
hold
trains
on.
you to get hit. Find a
hold
trainer that
on.
trains you to get hit.
Hold on. Hey.
My, it,
If
I'm
my
just saying,
trainer,
it was
hold on.
Michael Moore.
If my trainer got me doing that, I need a new trainer. That's all I'm saying. I need a new trainer because ain't no way I'm gonna be rolling around trying to work on getting up.
You
No,
found
that ain't.
one person that said he knew he was going to go down, so he practiced on how to fall and roll around. Don't no fighters practice no shit like that, but him.
That was
Who did
Michael
that?
Moore.
Who did
That
I
was
ain't never
Michael
heard
Moore.
nothing like this. I ain't never heard this.
Michael Moore. That was Michael Moore when he that was Michael Moore. I believe when he was fighting Evander. But this is the thing. This is the thing I'm
Hold on.
saying.
So he practiced getting knocked down. He practiced getting knocked down.
He knew he would get knocked down. He knew he would get knocked down. So he was like rolling around in the ring, kind of, so he would, and then get right up.
So I'm gonna tell you something, BVO. If you are
And you give him credit for that? And you give him credit for that?
BVO, if you are a boxer and you know you're going to get knocked down, you're not that good of a boxer.
Oh,
you're not that good.
Bro, hold on, real quick. And last point. If instead of practicing getting knocked down and rolling around and shit, what you do is you practice on strengthening your neck. You know what I'm saying? And then you practice on your defense so you don't get hit. If you do get hit, you know that you're gonna tuck your chin and you're gonna try to your best to absorb the punch. But at any given cost, you want to make sure you really don't get hit with that shot. That's boxing. Boxing ain't talking about, I know I'm gonna get hit with this shot. So I'm gonna go down and roll around and then get back up. Hell, if you get hit with it the first time, you probably gonna get hit with it the second time. So, I mean, I just don't understand how you give credit to anybody training that style. I don't understand it.
Salute to my brother Wiz. He said Terrence Bud Crawford, the best pound for pound fighter of all time from 140 to 147. I'm gonna tell you, it's a couple people who would kick Terrence's ass. I think Roberto Duran would kick his ass. I think Sugar Shane Mosley at 140 would kick his ass. It's a couple people that can kick Terrence's ass, but don't get me wrong, he's a really good fighter. I mean, he's the best fighter we got today behind Canelo. I mean, and even saying that, he's not even on the same planet as Canelo, but Terrence Crawford is a really good fighter. I mean, it's just tough because you got a living legend in Canelo out here, so it's kind of hard. So he kind of been overshadowed. But one thing you got to say about Terrence, he's been on a pound for pound list since Floyd and all the old guard was on there. He just never kind of got his just due, so to speak.
Yeah, I think Floyd will dust his ass up too.
Oh, Floyd, that's the good point right there, Aaron, because Floyd was so smart. And what really showed that to me was when he went in there with a dude like Miguel Cotto, who was so athletic, and he gave it to him. I mean, people say, Manny Pacquiao beat guys worse than Floyd. I don't know what they were watching. One thing about Floyd did a good job of beating the hell out of you in such a calm, cool manner, taking deep breaths as you just bust your head wide open. So I just gotta say that. But to go back to what we're saying, when I look at the landscape of boxing, suit to my man Grandpa Shelton in the building, I think the thing that we missing is it's such a cesspool where we don't even get the best fights. A lot of people say that I favor Spanish fighters, which is very incorrect, or they'll say, BVO pushes Teofimo Lopez, which is not true. Another thing.
Hold on, real quick, BVO. Did you call Uncle? Did you call? Hold on. Did you call Uncle Shelton Grandpa? Did you just call him Grandpa?
He always do that dumb shit. But what was y'all talking about? Y'all talking about Floyd and Crawford?
Yeah, I said that.
We talking about BVO Hayes. We talking about BVO Hayes.
Take over, bro. At 135, I don't think anybody beats Floyd. Period.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
At 147, Terrence Crawford knocks him out.
I think you might have too many beers, because
he could beat Crawford. The Floyd that fought at 35 could beat Crawford at 35 easily. He'd beat Crawford at 35.
So you tell him,
but the Crawford at 47, the Crawford at 47, and the Floyd at 47, Crawford knock him out.
You think he can beat Duran at 35? Are you out of your mind?
Floyd? Yeah.
No, Terrence.
I wish we could have a time chamber to make that happen.
I don't think so. I don't think Terrence at 35 could beat Duran.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Terrence at the Terrence Crawford that fought at 135. I don't think he could beat Roberto Duran at 135.
He couldn't beat a lot of guys at 135 because he was killing himself to get there.
Yeah, a lot of the guys he couldn't have beat. But at 47, it's gonna be hard to find a guy at 47 that could have beat Terrence Crawford. The Terrence Crawford we got now, it's hard to find a guy that could beat that guy.
I think Conor would watch.
So who was the guy that you could can beat Floyd?
Say what now?
Be realistic with that shit.
I'm being realistic. At 35,
I said be realistic with that shit.
At 135,
hold on. A1,
listen.
A1,
At 135,
A1, your mic chopping up, bro. Your mic chopping up.
Nobody beats Floyd at 135. At 147 pounds, Terrence Crawford knocks Floyd out.
Hold on, Sheldon. Did you see those big? Floyd kind of made his bones at 47, dog.
Floyd didn't fight the top competition at 47.
What?
Who he fight that was at the top of that game? Shane Mosley was 39 years old. Miguel Cotto was 36 years old.
But no, Floyd came up, and my bad. Good night to everybody on the panel. But Floyd came up through everybody ducking him. Nobody wanted to fight him. Dudes were jumping off a cliff to get away from Floyd. No. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. That's all I'm saying is, hold on. All I'm saying is that's how Floyd came up. Niggas were ducking him. He had to go to Atlantic City and fight Gotti. He made his way.
Yeah. No, I'm saying Pretty Boy Floyd. See, that's the problem with today's fighters. Everybody want to be Money Mayweather, but nobody wants to be Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd fought every fucking body. He fought everybody.
You know,
and beat that
he didn't fight Costa Zoo. I never understood why Floyd didn't fight Costa Zoo.
If you said at that time, if you said Floyd's name, you were going to get a contract sent to you.
Yeah, see, because he didn't fight Costa Zoo because Costa Zoo retired. That's why he didn't fight.
No, he didn't fight Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo never said his name, and he was he was with Showtime.
By the time Floyd had got to 140 and established himself at 147 and all that, Costa Zoo was already retired. Costa Zoo and Floyd Costa Zoo was in an era before Floyd.
Yeah, he was.
That's not true
before Floyd.
Yeah, he was.
They wasn't in the same era.
It was a blended era. It was a blended era.
Yeah, they was not in the same era.
Yeah, but no, Costa Zoo relinquished the WB.
One at a time.
Go ahead, right there.
No, he was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Costa Zoo was around when Floyd was around because Floyd wanted to fight Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo was around when Floyd was around. Floyd wanted to fight
Costa Zoo. Never said his name.
Never wanted to fight Floyd. The same way that Prince never wanted to fight Floyd, and Shane Mosley didn't want to fight Floyd. A lot of those guys didn't want to fight Floyd. The only person that stepped in there and fought him was Diego Corrado. He said all of these guys were scared to fight Floyd, so I got in there to fight him because everybody was scared to fight him.
He could fight anybody.
But then the casuals become.
He said I got in there because everybody else was scared to fight him.
Well, let me say. Hold on, Mark. Let me say this before we.
BVO, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me say this before we get deep into this. The thing I want to bring up in general is that I think for the first time in boxing, we're seeing the king be a coward, and I don't think people understand how detrimental. I think people don't understand this guy Abdul.
We talking about Canelo?
No, I'm talking about Abdul Wahid. He's becoming cancer.
I thought we were talking about Canelo.
No, Canelo fought everybody. We know that. But what we saying, listen, Dub. I know you want to hate. I know you want to hate on the living legend. But
Canelo done fought some niggas when you compare that to Tank.
Yeah, but
compare 29-year-old Canelo's resume to Tank's resume.
I can't disagree with you. Canelo had a better resume.
That's not a laughing matter. If you laughing at Tank, if you laughing at anybody,
I'm laughing when you say he didn't fought everybody. He ain't fought Benavidez. So what we talking about?
Let me say.
He still got time. But go ahead, BVO.
But like that was. Oh, go ahead.
Listen, I'm gonna get this question out, then I'm gonna let y'all cook. I promise. So this is the thing I'm saying. So what we seeing with Abdul Wahid is, have we ever seen a guy be the king and be absolute, coward when it comes to taking big fights? Because say what you want, man. I've been hearing about him fighting Devin the American Dream Haney since like 2014, 15, and just to see him not even call him out, only talking down on the fight. I'm telling you, man. I think Tank is gonna kill the sport. Do you guys agree with that?
Do you understand that at 2000, would you say 2013 or 14?
14.
2014, Tank Davis wasn't fighting at 135. He wasn't fighting at 135.
I'm talking about when they were all coming up.
He wasn't fighting at 135. Tank Davis started at 126. He was fighting at 130 for a long time before he came to 35.
What I'm saying is,
what are you talking about, Free?
What I'm basically saying is this: when I heard, I don't know how y'all heard about Tank. We heard Tank and I heard about Tank when he was with Adrian Bronner, because Adrian Bronner used to have him all over Cincinnati, all over Cleveland. But what I'm saying is, do you guys think that Tank deserves a World Crown, or should a guy like a Teofimo or Devin Haney win the crown? What do you guys think?
Hey,
I think they need to fight each other. I think they need to fight each other. At the end of the day, I can't say anybody can wear a crown until you don't fight, or somebody who would be considered one of the kings of the divisions. Until y'all mix it up with each other, I can't say none of y'all deserve the crown. So that's why I want to see these niggas fight each other.
God damn it, Dub! You stole my goddamn take. I was just about to say the exact same thing, but better. They like I was gonna say, but no, all bullshit aside, no, Dub, we see it the same way. None of them wearing that crown is vacant to the motherfucker, because ain't nobody beat nobody to truly take over that crown. Like him, let's just say Dev and T.O. beat Loma. Okay, both of y'all beat Loma, who was the so-called, the man that can walk on water for many. But at the end of the day, it's like both of y'all beat this person. Okay, y'all need to like Dove said, they all need to mix it up. They need to mix it up, and then whoever come out on top is truly the king of it. But otherwise, it's like all of the motherfuckers is wearing tiaras and calling it the crown. Like, come on, man. Like, all of them at one point or even now have or can have an opportunity to fight each other, and it just seemed like they use either the business of boxing or other things to make excuses. Like, we done seen if somebody really want to make a fight, they will happily eat a shit sandwich or however you want to put it to make it happen.
Now we done seen some of them do that. We done seen some of them do it. I ain't gonna say no names, but so we understand who is willing to make fights. We understand who want to make the fight, but I need everybody to want the fight to happen. That's what I'm looking for.
That ain't true either, Doug. Motherfucking Dev could have forced for when they went to the whole situation where they were saying that Tank had some belt and Dev called him out for it, and they called him and he called the sanction by or something, and they said Floyd and them was gonna go a different direction if Dev pursued him. Dev should have pulled their card, pulled their bluff, and did it and see if he would did it. If he would have did that, bro, that would have whole Tank out, and his fans would have been on his ass.
I agree with you. I agree. For that card, would have been on his ass.
KO would have been on his motherfucking helmet to the end of time if Dev would have said, you know what, I'm gonna see if y'all gonna go another direction.
But I will say this. I will say the WBA, I believe they were the ones who were saying we're not gonna let it happen. The reason being is because everybody 3% ain't the same 3%. And so when they able to get that Tank 3%, it mean a little more than the Devin. It mean a little more than the Devin 3%. So I believe it was more on the WBA when they heard that we'll go a different way. They was like, well, we won't Tank to continue to be the You seen what they did trying to elevate him? They forced the man to take the belt. Now you go, you take no hell no, you gonna take this. So I mean they want their money. And so I think it was more about that than anything. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. Devin, if y'all could have forced it, then force that shit, bro. Forced it. I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm a professional boxer, I'm on everybody's ass. I want all the smoke. I ain't letting the business of boxing allow duckage to happen. No shit.
If you did that,
A1, your mic chopping up. A1, your mic chopping up again, brother.
Yeah, if you would do that, everyone, that would make you Oscar De La Hoya or Muhammad Ali, Teofimo Lopez, guys like that, Floyd Mayweather.
So they Wednesday, yeah.
I'll
Why you keep bringing T.O. ass in this shit, man?
I ain't bring T.O. I'm just giving you examples of guys who will fight anybody. But let me say this real quick.
Wait, hold on, let me finish this part.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
hey, I was saying if I was Tank, bro, what I would do to dead all this bullshit, is I would send a contract since I'm at 135. I'll get Shakur ass up out the way. I'll go up to 140, get Dev ass out the way, go back down to 135, and clean out the rest of it. So then that way nobody, they can't do nothing but say I'm the king around this bitch. I done beat who y'all claimed I didn't want to fight, or who y'all claimed was the best in my division. Now I can go on to fight. After beating them two, go fight a Loma, go fight a Rayo, go fight a Frank Martin, go fight.
A1.
Don't give a fuck about your opinion.
A1, that would be beautiful. I would love all of that. I would love all of it.
None of them niggas don't care about somebody that's a real one, bro. Like they don't want nobody that's gonna be in a position like that'll truly fight anybody and make this shit happen against any and all things that go against it, bro. That's why I said I couldn't be in his shoes because that's how it would move. I would force you to bend the knee.
He the money
only
man
in this sport who I've seen that's been willing to make any fight at any time is the Monster and Nui. Outside of that, the rest of these dudes, I don't know, bro. Especially these dudes at 135 or 140.
Let me read this comment real quick. And salute to my man Billy for always telling the truth. One of my favorite subscribers. He said, Canelo don't need Benavidez, and that's the fact. If Canelo don't fight a guy like Benavidez, he doesn't need him. At the end of the day, we want to see David Benavidez take a challenge and fight Morrell. Fight Morrell and earn your shot against the King. You can't just walk
man, stop.
Hold on. Dub, let me ask you a question. When Floyd was at the end of his career, did he have to fight Keith Thurman or Kell Brook?
No, because
many of us believe Canelo is going. Hold on. Many of us believe Canelo is going to retire sometime in the next year or two. So he's at the end of his career, bro. He's trying to build as much money as he can get. But he's not. I don't think at this point.
Hold on. But this is the problem.
One at a time, respectfully.
This is the problem with the question you just asked me. No,
I didn't even get it out.
I got it
out, but I didn't even get to give my points. Go ahead.
Hold on. Listen, let the man finish and then respond. Finish what you were saying.
No, go ahead. I already lost my train of thought.
Man, you were basically saying that, which was a good point. They didn't make Floyd fight Keith one-time Thurman, and they didn't make him fight Kell Brook. So to say he got to fight a guy who's never done anything like David Benavidez, I think it's a joke. He doesn't deserve the fight.
Yeah.
If you don't fight Morrell, he got to earn. Yeah. He got to fight with Canelo. Canelo's a legend.
Yeah. Hold on. And the point I wanted to make was I don't think this should hurt Canelo's legacy, and I don't think it should downgrade him at all because we didn't have a problem when Floyd did it. Go ahead.
What the fuck wrong with you? Nigga was a previous champion.
Go ahead.
What'd you say? I don't know who said that. Some country cat was saying something. Who was saying? Was that you, Doug?
No. What I was going to say was, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is the difference in that situation was Keith Thurman and Kell Brook were champions. They were not his mandatory. They was champions. That's the difference. We're talking about a guy.
Keith Thurman wasn't a champion.
Who?
That's not true. Kell Brook was the only champion. Keith Thurman was not a champion at that point.
Yeah, because remember Floyd had 3 belts.
Well, Keith Thurman wasn't in position to be a mandatory neither.
He was WBC. That's why he
wasn't in position to be a mandatory. If he wasn't a champion, he wasn't in position to be the mandatory.
This is
now,
my thing.
Talking about somebody who's in position.
Hold on. This is the thing right here. This is what it boils down.
Let D3 finish, then go, man.
We're talking about somebody who's in position to be your mandatory, who the WBC said they will be calling him as the mandatory next. Now you saying that he doesn't deserve a shot. Last time I checked, when you're the mandatory, you deserve the shot. You either if they order the fight as the mandatory, you either fight him or you lose your belt.
Do you know who you're talking about, D3? This is Floyd Mayweather. Money Mayweather. None of them sanctioned bodies are going to do anything to stop the gravy train that they might have had at the time. Okay? Floyd he did not give a fuck about that. He could drop them shits in a second and pick up a WBA or whatever the fuck else belt.
No, I don't care about none of that. Unless Keith Thurman was the mandatory.
But my point is, they're not going to force him to fight as mandatory.
And actually, Floyd never said I wouldn't fight Keith Thurman. He said, "You go beat Earl Spence, and then I'll fight you next." The same way he did to Canelo Alvarez. He said, "Canelo Alvarez, you go beat Austin."
Exactly. Well, exactly. That's what Canelo is saying to Benavidez. Fight David Morrell, then I'll fight you. So you agree with me, Free?
No, what I'm saying is,
hold on. But wait, real quick, Free, real quick. This is the problem.
What I'm saying is, you're using somebody who is not a mandatory. David Benavidez is in position to be the mandatory. So that's two different scenarios. You can't You can't use somebody that was not in position to be the mandatory.
Keith Thurman was a silver.
Okay, Free, because you are such a specific and detailed person. Let me look this up.
Hold on. Let me say this. It doesn't matter, and the reason it doesn't matter is because even when Floyd say go fight whoever, right? In Floyd's situation, Canelo said himself, these guys need to mix it up, and I'll fight the winner. David Benavidez went, and at the time, Caleb Plant and Bubu Andrade, however you said the brother's last name. When David Benavidez went and beat them, he did what Canelo said to get the fight. He said, you need to mix it up with them. They need to mix it up with each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to fight. I can't fight everybody, so they need to fight each other. Benavidez went and did that. And so how doesn't he deserve the shot?
That's bullshit. That nigga should have fought Benavidez a long time ago. He waited till Benavidez dropped the belt and then wanted to go fight for his belt. And now he running captain.
Stop the cap, A1.
I mean, we already know what it is. We know the Canelo support, the Canelo cheerleaders gonna come out here and protect this man to every aspect. They're gonna protect that man to every aspect. Oh, he's a legend. He's steady holding on to the goddamn belt. I told you.
Ain't nobody answered my question. Ain't nobody answered my question yet.
If y'all don't want him,
I want to see the fight, but I just wanted to present that question.
If y'all say he can go fight whoever he want to fight, tell him go drop the belts. If you don't want him to drop the belts, then he has to fight the mandatory. If you don't want him to fight the mandatory, tell him to drop the belts. That's why I keep telling y'all them damn belts don't mean shit.
That's a fact. I'll say this for you. I'll say this, and I gotta address A1 with the just blatant clap. Talk about Canelo as if.
Is anybody gonna answer my question?
For WC because David.
Nope. About.
Hold on. Let me say this before I answer your question.
Hey, you don't even know what my question is no more.
What's your question?
I told y'all he didn't know. Listen, once again, when Canelo said that these people need to fight each other, and I'm gonna fight the winner. When Canelo said that these other fighters need to fight each other, and I'm gonna fight the winner, and then David Benavidez has went and done that, why he not fighting the winner? That's the question.
He didn't fight Morrell yet. He has one more left.
Morrell wasn't in the picture.
What the fuck?
Morrell isn't in the picture, G3.
No, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win because BVO is a daggone protector of Canelo. He's gonna protect Canelo.
And Marky Dan too.
Oh my God.
Both of them, bro. Both of them got the cape on.
Marky.
Hold on. I don't fuck with Canelo. I'm just saying, like, I was just presenting that perspective.
Answer the question I just asked. Answer the question I just asked.
What question?
Ain't nobody listening to the question. All right, I'll do it again. If Canelo Alvarez sat up there and said, these guys need to fight each other and I'll fight the winner, I can't fight all of them. And then Benavidez went and beat the dudes that Canelo was talking about, how he ain't up next.
Did he fight Morrell? Yeah.
Marky, you know Morrell wasn't in the picture when Canelo made these comments.
So what?
He's in the picture now.
But y'all the same ones.
Listen. We need to fight him.
Because these were the same ones that was telling me that Morrell hasn't done enough to get a fight with David Benavidez.
Anyone to protect Canelo, they going to. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on, BVO, calm down real quick. Yeah, I do understand Y'all can't even agree with what y'all saying right now. That's why Marky laughing like you laughing. He can't agree. He like, damn, they done caught my ass. Now that they caught me. That's what done happened. Y'all caught. And you can't make sense of this shit. You can't make sense of it. But y'all capping and gonna continue to. Let me hear some more. Let me hear some more cap.
Hold on. You talking about a living legend, and all of a sudden, Free talking I'm caping for him.
There go the cap right there. There you go.
You keep calling him a living legend. He ain't no living legend to me.
I mean, he the first undisputed Mexican champion. Free. That's
I don't care about that. That doesn't mean he's a legend to me.
He was almost 2 times undisputed.
Well, I mean, he a legend to the Mexicans.
He's a legend to me. He's a legend to the Mexican fan base. That doesn't mean he's a legend to me.
Hold on, let me read this comment with my brother.
Hold on, real quick.
Well, nobody asked you.
Hey BVO, you do know you just said he was almost 2-time undisputed. You do understand you just said almost, right?
He was almost 2 times undisputed. You got to give him credit for that, but Boo Boo outpriced himself.
I ain't never heard nobody say
I mean, yeah, like the man was a unified champion, right side?
I've never heard somebody say, hey, trying to give him credit. He was almost a 2-division undisputed champion. The reason he wasn't because
how was he almost a 2-division undisputed champion?
Well, I mean, he ducked Boo Boo.
At 60, he was.
No,
had he not ducked Boo Boo, he would have been undisputed.
How was he almost a 2-division undisputed champion?
BVO? He was almost because he had 3 belts, but he ducked. And he took a franchise title as well, which fucked everything up for him at 60. So
I wanted to hear it come out of BVO mouth. So
my bad.
I wanted to hear it come out of BVO mouth. Why was he almost a 2-division undisputed champion?
Hey, I'm a definitely. If Boo Boo wouldn't have priced himself out, we would have got that fight.
BVO, you cut out.
I said if Boo Boo wouldn't have priced himself out, we would have got the Canelo fight with him.
Boo Boo ain't priced himself out. Canelo never even sat down to negotiate with Boo Boo. What are you talking about?
And also, why did Canelo accept the franchise belt as well instead of fighting until he got that chance to fight Boo Boo to unify the division? Why did he just go ahead and fight Charlo? Why would he accept the franchise belt and not fight Charlo?
Well, let me ask you this.
And the Zone said they have $40 million on the table for a Canelo fight.
Hold on, my man Billy said. Let me read this. Let me read a couple comments real quick.
Hold on, you ain't answering none of my questions. You going to the comment? All right, you got it. It's your show. It's your show. My bad.
Billy said, if Canelo retires today, y'all gonna say Canelo career is found as a fraud for ducking one guy but fought everyone else. He said, man, stop the hate. If you give Canelo his due, you just hating. He said, dang the hypocrisy. He said, legend has it, Canelo is still ducking Andre and Benavidez. That's the only legend that I've ever heard involving Canelo. That's crap, man.
How you gonna read all those comments but not answer what I said on the panel to you?
My man Billy said, y'all Wakanda dudes be straight hating.
You still ain't answered the question.
What was your question, Doug?
All right, y'all got it. You know what? I ain't doing this.
It's not just one guy that he ducked. It's 3 guys. He still hasn't fought those 3 guys. It's not just one guy. He ducked Boo Boo, he ducked Jamal, and he ducked David.
The question was this.
About to fight Jamal.
Hold on, BVO. The question was this, and if I want to hear your answer and response to this, why didn't Canelo, when he was at 60, first off, why did he? Okay, you said according to you, you said that Boo Boo priced himself out. Okay, cool. Why did he accept the franchise title and not fight Jamal Charlo at that current moment in time?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't agree with him not fighting Charlo at that time.
So he ducked him.
No, he didn't duck him. It just didn't make sense.
Why didn't it make sense?
Because no one knows Charlo, man. Who was Charlo? That's the thing.
God.
Oh, God.
It's always all right.
But you said who was Charlo?
And so people know him.
This is the same guy
hold on. Wait a minute.
Jamel is his favorite fighter.
Hold on. But people know Charlo more now than they knew him then.
Yeah, they know him now more than they did then, for sure.
The man set out for 2.5 years, damn near.
Yeah, but he been on some big
Man, stop it, man. Stop, man. This is
big brother became undisputed champion.
bro, this is ridiculous. This is embarrassing,
So
man. This is embarrassing.
nobody knew who Charlo was. Boo Boo is a terrible fighter, and David Benavidez, he don't want to fight no Mexicans. Okay. So basically, what you're saying is he went on a European tour.
I mean, I get the whole Wakanda for everything. I get all that. All I'm saying is, if you look at the facts, man, Canelo has been that guy.
What are the facts? What are the facts?
He's 33 years old. He won a 5-division champion. Man, he beat Sergey Kovalev. I mean, he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. He beat Miguel Cotto. I mean, Miguel Cotto gave Floyd hell. He beat Miguel Cotto easy. So I mean, let's not be crazy in how we speak about Canelo, man. He's that guy, bro.
No, like I said, the man is a duck. He will forever be a duck until he fight those guys.
So if he knocks out, let me ask Dub a question. Dub asked me a question. Dub, so he go in there and knock Benavidez out, then what?
He get his credit for knocking Benavidez out. What are you talking about?
Hold on, wait a minute. He asked me the question. I want to answer the question. If Canelo go in there and stop David Benavidez, I'm gonna be on your panel, and I'm gonna say, God damn it, Canelo is that dude. He that motherfucker. He fucking shit up. The problem is that this is the problem. The problem is that I've been watching since in Canelo's last few fights. Let me put it that way. His last few fights, the man that fought subpar competition continuously. And then the one person that was somewhat competition, and we all understand what BVO is. We understand. So I give Canelo credit for trying to take that challenge on. But at the same time, Canelo ain't, man, this man ain't showed us nothing in damn near 3 years.
Well, let me
He told us he wasn't gonna fight Triple G again, and what he end up doing. I mean, I don't know what you want from him.
This is the thing I don't understand. This is the thing I don't understand. He just beat an undisputed top 5 pound for pound champion and my favorite fighter, Jamel Charlo. Did you forget about that already, Doug?
The man came up two weight divisions to fight him.
He was bigger than Canelo too. What are you talking about?
He came. So when fighters move, is this a myth or not? Let me tell me, BVO. When fighters move from one weight division to another, and I'm only talking about one weight division. If they go and fight a champion up there, we give them credit for going to fight a champion, don't we?
We do.
And then if they go and take a soft touch, you know what I'm saying? A couple soft touches, we understand it because they done moved to a new weight division, correct?
Right.
And so you telling me I'm supposed to give an individual credit who done pulled somebody up two weight divisions?
Well, but they don't do that to Sugar Ray Leonard when he pulled up little Roberto Duran up.
He didn't pull Roberto Duran up.
Duran was at 135 free.
He didn't pull him up.
What about when Oscar fought Little Bitty Floyd and got robbed in Vegas? I mean, I don't understand what you're saying, Dub. People fight guys smaller all the time.
I mean,
when Oscar fought,
no,
he got beat. What are you talking about?
I mean, either which way, I don't look at that as pulling him up. I mean, you could say that if that's how you feel about it, but the way how I tried to look at it is that those guys were going for greatness. Roberto Duran was going up there for motherfucking blood, guts, and glory. I don't know what Jamel went up there for, but that's what the fuck I knew Duran went up there for.
No, I'm not even going to say.
So you don't think that
the whole thing is, I'm not even going to say Canelo pulled Jamel Charlo up because Jamel Charlo asked for a fight. I'm not going to say Canelo. But the same token, he was in there with the top dog at 168. He wasn't. The man never fought at 168. He never even fought at 160. The man was a 154-pound fighter. He's been at 154 pounds his whole career. And the man fought somebody that was 14 pounds smaller than him. He beat him. He was supposed to.
That's why all I'm saying is I don't
No, the
understand.
freak. He
Hold,
was
hold, hold on.
supposed to beat.
I just don't understand how did Charlo, how did he deserve to fight over Benavidez, the mandatory individual in your division?
He didn't.
Uh, 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 how does that man deserve to fight over him? You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no,
And
not,
then
see, I can speak to you. I can answer this question because Jamel Charlo is my favorite fighter in boxing. But let's not forget who Jamel Iron Man Charlo is, bro. Knocked out Erickson Lubin, knocked him out cold, sleep, snoring.
so
Beat
he deserved to
154
fight over.
pounder.
He deserved to fight over Benavidez. Yes or
let
no?
me finish.
I don't need to hear all that.
Let me finish.
I know the man credentials. I know his
Let me
credentials.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Beat up
For
Brandon
what?
Rosario. Listen, and
All
check
right.
this out.
154 pounder.
Listen, and check this out. So he's really a middleweight. So he's pretty much a middleweight. And he went up, what was it, 13 pounds? That's it.
14 pounds.
And he fought the best guy in the world, probably the best guy of this era. It's the Canelo era. He went and fought him, and now
did nothing.
Canelo was too strong. Canelo was too
No,
strong.
he did nothing.
He's too big. Oh, man, see, I don't understand this. And then this is the craziest thing. Though. This is the craziest thing. The craziest thing is when Devin move up and fight Regis, you'll say, "Oh no, man, this is a chick." But
I'm
when
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why BVO is giving Canelo so much credit, and this is the only reason why he's giving Canelo so much credit about beating Jamal Charlo, because he picked Jamal Charlo to win. I picked Canelo to win. That's the reason why he's giving him so much credit.
No,
that's why he. Hey, look, that's probably why he called Ryan Garcia Sugar Ray, because he picked Ryan Garcia to beat Tank. So
hold on. If Tank, hold on 1 second before we go. I got my man Tony in here. I'm gonna let my man Tony say something, but I want to say this. Let's not forget that Punk Abdul Wahid had spies in his camp. He was that afraid of Ryan.
All right, you got it. I don't want to do that. What up, Tony? What up, my brother Tony Reviews, man? Shout out to Tony.
Yeah, Dub. I clicked because I seen you on the panel. I want to say this first and foremost. Don't ever compare Sugar Ray Leonard to Canelo. First and foremost, Duran had 8 fights. 8 fights in one. Actually, he had 7 fights at 147. He had a fight at 154 before he ever got in the ring with Sugar Ray Leonard. So that's not the same as bringing a guy up 2 weight classes who's never competed at the second weight class before. They're not comparable. Duran was already a full-fledged welterweight by the time he got in the ring with Leonard. Outside of that, to me, Canelo is a good fighter. He possibly could be a great fighter, but he's not an ATG, and he will be a Hall of Famer by names on his resume. But in the greater scheme, he's not even a top 50 all-time great, in my opinion. He's overrated. No, let me tell you why. He is extremely overrated.
That's a fact.
Extremely. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Here's Canelo. Okay. Every ATG that you mentioned, I don't care who it is, they have one thing in common. They could beat the number 1 guy in the weight class that they resided in. They all did. Okay. Canelo cannot do this. When he fought Mayweather, he got embarrassed. When he went to 154, he evaded fighting Andrade, who was ranked number 1. He fought Laura, who became a champion after Andrade was already reigning. He avoided him. He went to 160 and got beat by Triple G and got a robbery draw. Then he goes up to 175 to fight the weakest champion, Kovalev, who had been knocked out twice. He then goes to 168. He avoids the number 1 guy in there, the 2-time WBC champion, David Benavidez, still avoiding him to this day like Deontay Wilder. Then he goes back up to 175, gets completely embarrassed by Bivol. So every time this guy fights an elite, a number 1, he gets exposed. No other ATG has ever had that happen.
Tony, I wouldn't say he's an ATG, and that's the thing.
Did you just hear what that brother just said? Did you hear? Hold on, Did you hear what that? Did you hear what that brother just said? Though? Did you?
Right, you keep interrupting people, man. Come on.
That man cooking. He cooking.
Listen. Let me say this. What you're saying is cool, Tony, but that's a very, very disingenuous take, because you might not see what Canelo has done. The fact is this: Canelo might not be ATG because there's a guy, I don't know if you ever heard of him, named Salvador Sanchez, who's the greatest Mexican to ever live. And then behind him, you might say the great Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. So there's some guys.
Back.
So
dates.
Go ahead.
ATG doesn't have
the brother
anything to do with
facts and dates.
But let's
I don't know how you feel
ATG doesn't have anything to do with race or
no, you missing what
other.
I'm saying.
No,
You missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying, there are some guys that are better Mexican fighters than him. I'm not saying hold on, let me finish.
ATG has nothing to do with being Mexican. It has nothing to do with that.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is this. To what my man is saying is a crazy point because you forget Kovalev had just knocked out Anthony Yard. Cold, sleep. What are you talking about? He might have got knocked out.
10 weeks before. 10 weeks. Hold on. 10 weeks before the Canelo fight. 10 weeks before the Canelo fight, where he almost got stopped, and then Canelo put a rehydration clause on him. That's the type of shit Canelo does, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me respond to that real fast, BVO. Do you realize that when Anthony Yard got into the ring with Canelo, he had never fought a top 50 ranked person in the world? In fact, people in the UK used to make fun of Anthony Yard because he fought absolutely nobody before he fought Kovalev.
Anthony Yard didn't get with Canelo.
Anthony Yard doesn't spar, and the man doesn't spar. So I mean, what do you go ahead? My apologies. Go ahead.
No, I just said Anthony Yard versus Canelo.
He meant Kovalev.
Yeah, he meant
Kovalev.
He meant
Kovalev been in with some guys though.
But you got to also remember that. You got to also remember that
at that point he wasn't nothing, but he been in with some guys. You also got to remember that
Kovalev took that fight on a short notice.
Oh,
he didn't have.
But you also got
to
hold on. But you also got to understand what Tony's point was. Tony's point is that Canelo doesn't beat the top guys of any division. That's his point. And so when he brings up Kovalev was no longer the top guy in the division no more. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And then when he went, hold on, when he went and faced Bivol in the same division that Kovalev was in, he got the brake shoes beat off of him. And so the man doesn't beat the top individuals in any division that he's in. That's what that's what Tony's point was.
This is what I would say, Tony, to that. And I gotta say, man, you my brother and I love you. But the stuff that you're saying, it's just crazy. At the end of the day, when it comes to Canelo, for what we've seen since Floyd left, we haven't seen a better fighter. He went in there. Let's be honest. Let's put a little history on this. Sergey Kovalev got robbed that first fight versus Andre Ward. SOG robbed him. They robbed him. He beat the hell out of SOG, and they robbed him. So it's the same. It's the same Kovalev that Canelo went up there and knocked out.
No, it wasn't, BVO, because here's what you're missing. In the rematch, Andre Ward stopped that ass. Okay, he stopped him. Hold on, wait. Not only that, but then Kovalev goes to get slept by the other Alvarez, Alito. He was sleeping in the fucking ring. Like, he didn't even know where he was. So he was coming off of 2 knockout losses. He went in there against, yes, he avenged his loss, and he damn near got knocked out by Anthony Yard in the 8th round. Like a guy who had never fought a top 50 fighter before getting in the ring with Kovalev, damn near knocked him out. Kovalev was damaged goods. The man at the time was not Kovalev. You had Joe Smith Jr., who had just knocked out Adonis Stevenson. That was the #1 light heavyweight at the time, not Kovalev. Kovalev, like I said, was coming off of 2 knockout losses. So the writing was on the wall. Then whenever Canelo comes back, he had an option. Option A, I go for the weakest champion in Bivol, because he doesn't have the power of a Joe Smith Jr. and he doesn't have the power of a Arthur Beterbiev. There's no risk of being knocked out. What it was a cherry pick gone wrong. This motherfucker got extremely outboxed. He got embarrassed like he was fighting Mayweather. Canelo showed that he had not grown. He cannot fight a mobile fighter. That's why he's ducked Andrade for all these years, because he loses to that style. He has not grown. He's not that good. Most of the names that he's beat, whether you want to go down to Cotto's, etc., they were all past their better days.
So that's not. It doesn't matter, man. They got in the ring. What are you talking about? You think Trevor Berbick didn't say when he was alive that he beat Muhammad Ali?
Hold on, BVO. Hold on, BVO. Though this is the thing now. When and I'm here. I'm gonna disagree with you, Tony. I'm gonna disagree with you because I understand them being past they times. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these were still some hell of a fighters that he was beating. You know what I'm saying? So I do disagree with that point. But BVO, you told me earlier, Regis was a cherry pick because he was past his time. So are you gonna keep the same energy for these other fighters like Tony just brought up? I told you from the beginning. I don't think you should look at it that way. But I want to hear your opinion on that.
I think Regis never was. His best win is Zepeda. He's known his reputation is
We
based.
talking about the other. We not talking about we. I'm not specifically talking about Regis. I'm talking about the fighters that Tony brought up that Canelo beat. That's what I was really talking about.
I think what Tony is doing is he's trying to hold this imaginary thing up that they didn't hold against Floyd. Just like Marky said earlier in the show, they want him to fight David Benavidez, who we all know he'll beat unconscious.
No, but that's not the question. That's not the question though. That's not the question.
Hold on. Floyd is not even comparable. Floyd isn't even comparable again because when you look at Floyd, okay, he beat a Corrales. That was in his prime.
He ducked Wiki Wright.
Bro, you moving the goalpost.
Wait. I will agree with you. Hold on, Dub. I will agree with you that he ducked Winky, but what you got to understand is 2 weight classes separated them. Floyd was never in Winky Wright's weight class. He was always 2 weight classes below him. So that is a fantasy fight. That is a fantasy fight. Whenever Winky was at hold on. When Winky was at 154, Floyd was at 140. When Winky went to 160, Floyd was at 147. They have never been close. They've always been separated by 2 weight classes the entire time.
Tony. He was champion at 54. Floyd had 2 belts at 54. What are you talking about? He had 2 belts at 54. When Canelo beat the great Austin Trout, he came in there with 2 belts, WBA and WBC belt, and Floyd beat him for both belts. What are we talking about? Floyd was champion at 54. Floyd was champion at 54. So that's not the case. He should have fought him. He should have fought Triple G. He did.
But the goalpost has been moved. And the reason the goalpost has been moved is because some type of way we're talking about Floyd right now when the conversation is originally about Canelo, and I'm still looking for answers to what the age of the fighters that Canelo was fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm still looking for those answers. So
okay,
I want to move things back.
Dub, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject, but I just fact checked. So Floyd Mayweather didn't move up to 154 until 2013. Winky Wright retired in 2012. They were always, I will repeat like I just stated, they were always 2 weight classes apart.
Winky was at 68.
Winky was at 154 and 160. Whenever Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo at 152, because it was a catch weight, it wasn't even truly at 154. Winky Wright was already retired. He retired in 2012. He fought Canelo in 2013 after Winky was already retired. Even at that time, Winky was at 160. So again, I will restate, throughout Floyd's entire career, Winky Wright and Floyd Mayweather Jr. were always separated by 2 weight classes.
I've been telling you this for a long time, BVO, that he never ducked them.
This is the thing. Hold on, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you why it's not true. It's been proved. They had a whole thing where Winky Wright's former manager said they had a contract on Floyd, and nothing happened with it. The thing
BVO,
is,
I'm on box.
Floyd lost the Jose. Floyd lost the Jose Castillo the first time, right? And then beat him the second time. But people don't realize that he robbed Castillo that first fight. That was a robbery. Just like when he fought McDonald. McDonald won that first fight.
Did you say that Winky Wright contract for Floyd?
Say it again.
You said Winky Wright's manager had a contract from Floyd?
That's what he said.
How do the B side send the A side a contract?
He agreed to whatever Floyd wanted. That's kind of how they put it. Floyd put it out there that he was willing to do it, and there's just like the Paul Williams fight, it just never happened.
Just like the Paul Williams fight, that fight was never presented to Floyd or Paul Williams, and that came from Paul Williams' mouth.
Basically, what I'm saying, Free, is that they had. I don't know. I can't go off. I can only go off what his contract, what his manager said on Fight Hype, that he had a contract on, and Floyd didn't fight him.
Look.
That's the thing I'm saying.
I'm gonna make this even worse.
I don't want to dump on Canelo. I don't want to dump on Floyd.
I gotta find that interview because I gotta hear what he said.
Floyd is a very good fighter. He's 49-0. I don't count him beating the UFC guys for a 50th win. He's 49-0, but he's very carefully crafted. Floyd is not he's one of the best to do it, but he's not up there with Kid Gallahan, not up there with Will, not up there with Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali. He's not up there with those guys.
How can
He's around.
how can you say he's the very best to do it, but he's not up there with those guys? But you say he's the very best to do it.
Fought anybody. It don't matter who it was. They was going to fight anybody. That's the difference.
That don't even go. That don't even go together. Even he's the very best, so he's not the very best.
Hold on. We going way far down the rabbit hole. Hold on one second. That's a whole different argument. We coming back to this weight thing. Now, I just looked at BoxRec. The first time Floyd ever fought above 147 was against Oscar in 2007. And get this, in 2007, the same year, 2 months later, Winky Wright was at 170 fighting B-Hop. So they were never close in weight. They were always 2 weight classes apart. I am literally looking at the BoxRec. They have never been within 2 weight classes of each other. There was always 2 their entire career. So they were not close. It would have been no different than how Mel just jumped up to fight Canelo from 154 to 168. That's how far apart they were.
I'll say this, man, and I'm gonna give we're gonna do our final thoughts. I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this. I think what happens in boxing and goes back to what I was talking about when we started the show. I want to give a big shout out to people like Devin the American Dream Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Bam Bam Rodriguez, David Morrell Jr., David Benavidez, because they are keeping the true spirit of boxing going, of fighting the best, looking for the best competition. You know, we got guys out here now like Abdul Wahid who don't want to fight the best. We got guys like Sugar Shakur, the Puerto Rican star, who doesn't want to fight the best. So we got a lot of guys out here pump faking, but those few fighters I named, especially Tio and Devin Haney, man, these guys deserve a tremendous amount of credit for being willing to fight the best. And you know what? I'm gonna support both those guys. Don't get me wrong. People will say, and I agree with them, Devin Haney is one of the most boring fighters in boxing history. I agree with that. He's horrible to watch. He's terrible television. But you got to respect what he's doing. As boring as he is, he's out there trying to make big fights. And I respect that. And I'm going to let everybody go and get their final thoughts. Go ahead.
I agree with everything you said. They move the way you want champions to move. They take on all challengers. I agree with you. I don't disagree with anything. But I will say in my closing that Canelo is such a cherry picker that he turned red. So, you know, there's that. On that note, thanks for letting me on.
Hey, shout out to my brother, man. Shout out to Tony.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this because I'm about to get up out of here. BVO, this was part of your training for your debate on Sunday. You failed miserably. You failed miserably. Shout out to BVO. Make sure y'all tune in next week to our podcast next week. I think Marky Dan and them going on later on this week. But make sure y'all tune in to Marky Dan and Prize Fighter. We got BVO's favorite fighter fighting this weekend. Jaime Maguire fight against John Ryder. BVO gonna be out here cheering on Jaime Maguire. And we might call that fight. I don't know. We might call that
fight free. We gotta call that fight.
We might. You never know. BVO he love his Mexican fighters, so we might call that fight. But I appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure y'all smash the like button on your way out. All right, BVO.
Hey, salute D Free. BVO, man.
Yo. What's up, man? How's it going, guys? I don't think I've ever been on this panel. I don't really know none of you guys except Dub Right Side. What's up, man? How's it going?
What up, brother? How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. I'm over here listening to Tony's bullshit again, bro. My boy Tony.
Yeah.
I was about to catch him. You know me, Dub Right Side. I heard something that was incorrect by the homie Tony.
What was it?
He's saying that Floyd moved up to 154 in 2012 or something like that?
13.
That's incorrect, bro. He fought Oscar De La Hoya at 154 in 2007.
Yes, Tony was
Yeah.
just capping, man. We know that he was just capping, bro.
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all right. I thought he said that he never was at. Him and Floyd were never at the same weight class. So
Yeah, he was capping.
that was incorrect, bro. I wanted to talk to Tony over here, but I know he left already. But me and him have our little squabbles on the internet, but all gentlemen, like, you know what I mean.
Hey, a good squabble is always welcome. Uh, or I can't say that. I gotta ask BVO here. I think a good squabble always welcome over here. He want to squabble with
Yeah.
me on a regular basis, so it is what it is. And
And
Hey,
and,
what's
and
going
also
on,
too,
famous?
man, Canelo, bro, he has fought in the best fighters in all the weight classes. That's all another
no,
misconception, bro.
I disagree with that. Now I disagree
No,
with that.
I'll tell you
What's
real
up,
quick,
man?
bro. I'll break it down just real fast.
Hold on, real
Uh,
quick. But before you break it down, BVO, I know BVO was about to shut it down, so I don't want to.
Hey, you go ahead. No,
Go ahead, bro.
go ahead. Do your thing.
real quick. It'll just take 1 minute. So the best fighters at 154 when Canelo was at 154 were Floyd Mayweather and Eddie Lang de Lara. He fought both those guys and he won one, lost one. At 160 pounds, the best fighters were Triple G and Daniel Jacobs. Okay, he fought those two guys. He beat those guys. At 168 pounds, obviously he's undisputed. He fought all the great guys. At 175 pounds, when he moved up to 175,
What? Hold
the
on. Who was
top.
the great guy? Who was the great guys? Keep going.
No,
Keep
I
going,
said that.
brother.
I said
Keep
that.
going.
He said the top guys. So those were all the top guys. He fought all. Callum Smith was a champion. Caleb Plant and what's the fucking my
John
mind's going
Ryder.
blank. No, not Ryder. Fucking Billy Joe Saunders. They were all champions. Correct
Billy
or
Joe.
incorrect?
No,
Bill
Billy Joe.
Saunders, Caleb Plant,
Yeah. Yeah.
Callum
All those
Smith,
three guys were all champions, bro. There
Rocky
was
Silver.
nobody better than them. Benavidez had lost his belt twice. I mean, you can consider him one of the best. But
Benavidez never lost his belt. He
yeah, he
was
did.
stripped.
Yeah, no,
He
but
was
he
stripped of his
lost them.
belt.
No, but he still lost them though. I'm not saying he lost them fighting.
All right.
He
He
just lost
never
them.
lost him in the ring. He never lost him in the ring. Okay,
Yeah, I agree with that, but he did lose them though. But anyways, okay, just because he hasn't fought in Benavides yet doesn't mean he hasn't fought in the top guys, right? Those other guys are the top guys. And then at 175, when he fought Kovalev, when that fight was announced, there was three top guys. It was between Kovalev, Baturbiev, and Beterbiev had not fought Vadzik yet, so Beterbiev wasn't even unified when Canelo announced he was going to fight Kovalev. So there was no clear number one there, but Kovalev was the top guy, and he was a champion. So all this nonsense that he didn't fight all the top guys, that's nonsense. He fought all the top guys, all of them.
Let me read this comment real quick. Tony wanted this comment, Ray. He said, I stated that Floyd was at 154 in 07 and Winky was at 170. Learn and listen, or you just end up looking stupid.
Nah, I caught that at the end, bro. So, but he said no. He said this though. He said that Floyd moved up. His first time was in 2013. That's where he was incorrect. Whether he was
No,
captain or not, or
he didn't say 2013 was the first time. He said 2007 was his first time. He said when he fought in 2013, Winky White was already retired. He said 2007, and Winky White was at 170 in 2007 fighting. But that's what he said.
I could probably rewind it back, and it says the first time he moved up to 154 was in 2013.
Hey,
no,
my
he didn't say that's the first
captain,
time,
man. He know that's not what that means.
That's not what he said.
That's all right.
Hold on. Well, real quick, man. Shout out to BVO. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother D Free. Shout out to Marky. You know what I'm saying? Tony jumped on tonight. Man, salute to everybody who jumped on, man. Much love and respect. And hey, man, we're gonna do it again. But I'm tapping out. And so
you gonna call the Munguia fight this weekend? We gotta watch him.
Hell no, I ain't calling that goddamn. Hell no.
Hey, real quick, thank you guys for having me on the panel, and I'll catch you guys again, man. I'll catch you guys again. Peace out, homies.
Hey, salute to you, family.
He got 40 wins, man.
Yeah, 40 wins again. What's his best win?
I don't know.
All right, 40 wins against. Look. Zerto Ramirez had 40 wins. Got in the ring with Bivol and got beat the fuck up. So I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. Look, I'll tell you, Oscar know how to move him. So that's the best I can do for you. That's the best. And no, I'm not calling that shit. I'm not. I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it. But at the same time, I'm definitely. Hey, if I feel good that day, man, I might call it. I might call it. But
Hey, we're gonna have your, we post. No, that's the Teal fight. We're gonna have what's his name, Elvin Tolbert up here with us on the Teal fight. So you gotta definitely call that Teal fight.
Man, we got a bet on that fight, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey,
Don't duck me, man. He about to get beat up.
hold on. Hey, you ever tell me when you done never seen me duck anything? You ain't never seen it. So hey man, BVO, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for always allowing me to rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. You do a hell of a job with your show. Man, shout out to my brother D Free again, man. Another hell of an individual. My brother Marky Dan. Man, Marky always got the smoke for you, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna come with the facts. He be capping sometimes, but I ain't got nothing but love for him. Yeah, we all do it. I do it less than all of y'all, but we all do it. We all do it. So, hey man, shout out to y'all. Much love and respect, family.
Love, man. Hey, Mark, you got anything, boxing historian? I think my man Marky went to sleep. It's your boy BVO Boxing. It's your boy D Free, the Puerto Rican Prince. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get ourselves monetized, man. Keep watching, man. Keep tuning in. We ready, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy BVO Boxing. Peace.
We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but